I always trusted Dr. Reynolds. For years, he had been my doctor, the one I went to for checkups, the one who reassured me when I had health worries. He was kind, patient, and always made me feel like I was in good hands. So when he told me something was wrong, I believed him. It started with a routine visit. I had been feeling a little tired, but nothing unusual. Work had been stressful, and I figured I just needed some rest. But when Dr. Reynolds ran some tests, he looked concerned. "Your results are a bit off," he said, flipping through my file. "I think we need to do some further testing." My heart skipped a beat. "Is it serious?" He gave me a small smile, but his eyes weren't reassuring. "I don't want to worry you yet. Let's just be thorough." I trusted him. Over the next few weeks, I went through multiple tests, blood work, scans, exams. Each time, Dr. Reynolds found something new to be concerned about. He never gave me a straight answer, only that we needed to keep investigating. Then, one day, he sat me down in his office. His face was serious. "I have some difficult news," he said. I held my breath. "You have a rare condition," he continued, his voice calm but heavy. "It's not well known, and it progresses slowly. That's why it hasn't caused major symptoms yet. But if we don't start treatment now, it could get much worse." A chill ran down my spine. "What kind of condition?" He sighed. "It affects your immune system. It's complicated, but the good news is that we caught it early. We can manage it." I felt my whole world tilt. I was sick. But I didn't feel sick. Still, why would he lie? He was a doctor. My doctor. I nodded, trying to process. "What do I need to do?" Dr. Reynolds prescribed a long list of medications, daily pills, weekly injections, expensive treatments. He assured me they would help, but I had to follow everything exactly. So I did. For months, I took the medication. I adjusted my life around this condition. I stopped traveling, I limited my activities, I told my family and friends. They were devastated but supportive. But something didn't feel right. Despite all the treatment, I never felt sick. Not once. I was tired, but that was likely from stress. I had no pain, no major symptoms, nothing. I told Dr. Reynolds, but he always had an answer. "The medication is working," he would say. "That's why you don't feel worse. You're lucky we caught it early." And I believed him. Until one day, when I accidentally saw something I wasn't supposed to. I was picking up a prescription at the pharmacy when the pharmacist hesitated. "This is an unusual medication," she said, frowning at the label. "I've never seen it prescribed for your condition before." My stomach tightened. "What do you mean?" She hesitated. "This is normally used for something else." "Are you sure this is the right prescription?" Doubt hit me like a wave. I went home and started researching. I looked up every medication Dr. Reynolds had given me. What I found made my blood run cold. None of them treated the condition he said I had. Some were for minor vitamin deficiencies. Others were completely unrelated. A few were unnecessary altogether. And that's when the realization hit me. I wasn't sick. I had never been sick. I had been taking medication for nothing. Wasting money. Changing my life for a disease that didn't exist. My hands were shaking when I confronted Dr. Reynolds. I stormed into his office, my heart racing. "You lied to me," I said, throwing the papers onto his desk. "You made me believe I was sick when I wasn't." He didn't even look surprised. Instead, he sighed and leaned back in his chair. "Olivia, you have to understand." "No," I cut him off. "I trusted you. Why would you do this?" His face was unreadable. "Because people like you listen. You believe what doctors tell you. And sometimes, that makes it easy to guide you in a certain direction." I stared at him, horrified. "So you lied? For what? Money? Power?" He didn't deny it. My chest tightened with anger and betrayal. "You ruined my life," I whispered. "I spent months believing I was sick. I put my entire future on hold. And you knew the truth all along." Dr. Reynolds sighed again, as if this was just an inconvenience for him. "You're fine now, aren't you? No harm done." That was the last straw. I reported him. I exposed him. I made sure his license was taken away. It turned out I wasn't his only victim. He had been doing this to multiple patients, convincing them they were sick just to keep them coming back for expensive treatments. Some had spent years believing they were dying. Others had been given unnecessary procedures. All because they trusted the wrong person. But I refused to be his victim any longer. I took back my life. I rebuilt everything I had lost. And I promised myself one thing. I would never blindly trust anyone again.